Hi guys, welcome back. And I really just trying to stop by, and I know it's a lot of news going on at this month and lately, and I just want you guys that you guys hope you guys having a great start summer. And I know about this space that we're trying to talk about issues that gonna affect the future of your children's or affect the future of the human. And I know you guys trying the best you can in any type of work that you guys do in your city, in your community, or in the country where you live. And I know a lot of social issues, and I know a lot of problems that probably is not affecting us directly, but in the future they're gonna affect our kids, our human species, which is this is something that some people they don't think about it. They think just because they are from another country, they are not they're not going to be affected about any problems in other countries, or even that they live in Europe. They think that Syria is Syrians' problems. They can figure out what's going on, but the truth is, any problem around the world, any problem against any community, any problem against any country, it's going to affect the life of the human species and and the other species too. So that's why this month, and as you guys know, maybe I don't work in any government system, and I'm not elected person, or I don't work for any non-organization profits, or I'm just a private citizen, just work, just like a regular citizen that you have to work every day to make a living, because there's a system, and you have to work because you have to pay taxes, and you have to work because you have to feed your families, and just like the other people. But I personally like have some ideas, some thoughts that we should think, we should talk about it. And I know you guys same thing too, because and that's why I'm thanking you guys, like all those hundreds of followers that they have subscribed lately. So I think that those people, they want change in their lives too, no matter what they do for a living. But they thinking that if we start talking, if we start analyzing all the problems that gonna affect us today and tomorrow, and they're gonna affect us, that our children's, the future. So that's why we're trying to make these videos, and just to think, to talk about it. And lately, and that's one of our video that we were talking about, North Korea should end the government people, not the system. I think the system, or the communist system, socialist system, capitalism system, I think it's good for each group. And the thing is that the people in the government make it look bad. As you guys know, that's what we talk about, North Korea. It's a family government that should end. And the South Korea and North Korea, they should come together as a one nation, that we talk about it. And last week, we finally we saw something that we have talked about it, that and you are part of it too, because if you've been sharing our videos, if you subscribe in this channel, just because you think and you're part of something that is going to happen next in the future, is something is going to happen, the universal money, the universal system, the universal government for each country in the United Nations. So what happened in North Korea and South Korea with their president, with the summit meeting, it is historic, because that means they thinking about coming together. and solving the problem together. That's why we've been talking about they should come together. The North Korea should end the family government, and the South Korea should end the relations, tied relationships with the nuclear weapon with the United States, just like those the Soviet Union in South Korea and the capitalism in North and South Korea, capitalism in South Korea, and all this Soviet system still in North Korea. They should end, just like in Germany. In Germany, there was East Germany and South Germany. So what happens? The wall of Berlin Wall, they split. So all the west and the south and the north of Germany, they come together under the Reagan presidency and Gorbachev. So the talk and one nation that should not be divided by their systems or by their thinking. They should come together, making a one nations. So that's why we're solely glad that we've been thinking about it. And last week it just happened, and I think our thinking, our thoughts is making it, and we're gonna get there until we make our community together. And the other thing too, in Syria, there's a problem in Syria that there's the Donald J. Trump that attacked Syria with those bombs. And there was a problem. They got white helmets, that one organization that helping terrorism in Syria. And we know all the chemical weapon that they've been saying in the news, because like I say, I don't work in any government. I don't have any information about intelligence information. But as we it's just you have to knowledge. We have to think that those videos, those kids that we saw, there is something behind. And I know so many kids that they have died for some chemical weapon or substances like weapons. But who make those videos and why? Who's making it? I think it's a makeup. I know it's real, but it is a makeup videos. Those organization, white helmets that operates in Syria, in Iraq, those are the intelligence informants that works for United States, and that they work for ISIS group, because they only help ISIS injured people. They don't help civilians. And they receive money from the government of the United States in those countries in Europe. And all the ISIS weapons comes from Germany, France, and UK. So what tells you for this war that's going on in Syria? So I know, like I said, those kids, they have been poisoned by those white helmets. Why? Just to make a video, so that the video goes to the white televisions, goes to the Occidental hemisphere. So that's why the United States president attacked Syria, by seeing those videos. But they know, the government of the United States and France and UK, they know that those videos was a makeup for those people who work for the United States and Europe. And I know those people, they were poisoned, but they were poisoned just like those the Russian agents, the informant that were poisoned too in UK, like 3 months ago. One of the Russian citizens that he used to work from UK with his daughter, they tried to kill him in UK. And who poisoned those agents? The government of UK. And why they trying to blame Russia against it? And you have to think about it. Probably Russia did it or UK did it, but as we see in the news, we can't just attack someone. The United States, France, and UK attack Syria because they know that those video were not fake. They were real, but it was made for one purpose by the Hollywood making movies. And I think they win an Oscar about those white helmets. Why? Because they're part of the system. And let's think about it. The North Korea, the Kim Jong-un, he poisoned his own brother by the same chemicals. And his brother died by itself. They didn't kill more people. They just killed him. So I think it's the same poisoning that they were trying to use to kill the Russian agents in UK. But the UK did it to blame Russia. And in Syria, it's the same problem too. Those non-profit organizations, that way they say, but I know they receive money from government for CIA of the United States, and they work for one purpose. Why? To destroy Syria. And they claim in themselves that they help people that they were injured. But it's not the case. Those people, they work for the European countries and the United States countries, and they make videos. So those videos, they can go to the news media around the world. So those people, like for normal citizens like you and me, we saw news every day. We saw news in our cell phone. If you see kids dying, poisoning, that's, unacceptable. That makes you think like those Syrian regime should end. They should be kicked out of the power. But there is something behind those videos. It's made up by those countries. So we have to think about it. That what is really behind those videos. The United States and the European countries, they're trying to surround Russia, because if the Syria, Iraq, Middle East surrenders his culture under the capitalism, and then the next step, it will be Russia. And Russia knows about it. Putin knows about it. That's why Russia government is helping the Middle East. That's why Russian government is tied close with Iran, China, and Syria government. Why? Because they want to keep their base, military base, in this area. So they don't want to be surrounded by the Eastern Hemisphere, which is the European colonials around the world. That those Europeans in the United States and the Europeans still in Europe, that's why they're trying to make Putin look bad and make us suffering in our country. And we see those non-organization profits that they did it in Chile, Central America. That those people, they say, they were saying it, they are evangelicals, that they will go to community and they talk about the Bible, they talk about the religions, they talk about how should you become as part of some religions. But they were not pastors, they were not evangelicals, they were working from CIA, they were working from the government of the United States. But they say that they go talk about religions just to go to the community, and the community welcome them, and then they see what's going on inside the community, and then they go to the CIA office, or so they find who's the leader, who is the organizer, who is the helping them. So then the United States attack Chile, attack Guatemala, attack Panama, attack Nicaragua, now trying to attack Venezuela too, trying to make a chaos in Venezuela. So it's the same thing happening in Syria that we were talking about, the white helmets that is organization, terrorist organization in Syria that is working from the United States government in the European countries. So that's the our video today, guys, and thank you guys. And we want to continue talking about a lot of issues that going on, and trying to make a video too about the president of the United States that has become that who he is, and he shouldn't be elected by the electoral college. But I'm just gonna leave this video, guys. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for coming back, and have a great rest of this 2018, and enjoy your life. And but always think and always come together with your community, because all these problems in our community is going to affect the future of your children. Thank you, guys, and have a great rest of this 2018.